na ene awie ensem no ne ekono ebi ade de wehe nansan yebetia Okujato Ablakwa Honorable Okujato Ablakwa ede odo ena oye foreign affairs minister na Okujato Ablakwa loud mouth Okujato Ablakwa in a position loud mouth indeed na saying Ghana for ye wa okopie mu ewa manone okopie mu wa manonia na chese odi US of A United States of America odi mpanifo Kwaku na Honorable Okujato Ablakwa etumini abrofu ye ko sinkunya ewa America na omode bibia baba hye kon se yemaimu Jim Rich eni Okujato Ablakwa ntokwa back and forth no se hu so Okujato Ablakwa ekachre Jim Rich senator no se Ghana a sovereign nation but oni abrofu du ko sinkunya no when to be ankyere se Ghana a sovereign nation omo kachre se omo deport Africans bi edi omo abaye maimu a o se I concur ni omo beka bi ontumi nka bi eno ani I concur yapene so odenesa eni yede Africans ebi before dunai ebe share ye kon ebi free Benin ebi free Togo ene hu kro ba the rest is history. President John Dramani Mahama ebe kachre ebro chiansem churofo say oh nya ba ikurenso 40 grand am kwemu ba ebi before oh on humanitarian 40 grand am kwemu eba na me refresh your memory yebisa empedifo yi say na agreement bay ana money abrofi ekotnas mo ye ya or say oh a loose agreement according to Honorable Okujato Ablakwa on City TV say a loose agreement on humanitarian grounds. Hey, I say be na twetwe Ghana for aso. Ye kan hu nsem pii. Enti ade yanko brahye bidwafie. Say empona na bi and one other echo courts gitmo 2 die no mu rule ye. Enti Honorable Okujato Ablakwa high and mighty want to be Ghana same say na say the cobra shebidwafie for ratification na or say a loose agreement on humanitarian grounds and no say America for emanisika say amanisika he was silent on that said day agreement near new omokoi and omu piankofo ya share ye pon wan kahwe ankyere ye wo ha na abrofu ye say omo the criminal back so ebre and omo kochiro wo ABC News ono the criminal pa MZ13 and oh a criminal the last time you can once ama Trump America for cry rejecting yanko kai ABC News and we abrofu omo portal back yanko tia you see the criminal ebre e Ghana and you see hey na si say Ghana the higher dumping grounds Okujato Ablakwa took to his Nkansah ex-war ebe kachire say asem no enye no kore o say asem no enye no kore etie no yade no ho ene mean something nyina say democracy hub for esiu aban no democracy hub ene omo di omo ani akire eye Supreme Court na omo esiu aban no se empo omo entiase MOU a aban no edi abrofo no ekosena ye no etwetwe omo aso kakra enti omo court se aban no emran bekire di entia oni abrofo na kwako sinkoya na teso omo akwakoye sa agreement no na Ghana for yenim emu ensem enti democracy app I said we formal group no right omo akokot sa ban embechirem agreement on the US for no call ya since say ahaba be dumping grounds and na Africans ba ochina yes Salvadorian criminal from Salvadorian na yade ha aye dumping grounds into democracy hub for omo ekokot every pemuno yebeto ato adwene ewo ensemi ho na ene asam kase ba ko a ewo ho major say parents do na for the past few weeks running helter skelter say empo obia de ba eco school no titu senior high school ebenya baby ediama ne ba ashe na parents eco helter skelter obia super school a obia epe school papa ediama ne ba na ene anopa wie yan sorry na chese yan kotia hey Minister of Education who say Minister of Education Haruna Idrisu ya na me was soft spot at the man of power ebia mumubi mumpe but Haruna Idrisu I just love the man. In fact I love the man. Etedu baby ya na me was soft spot at the man of power but then said bia Haruna Idrisu ekekano hey Haruna wo I a year presidency wo beji akoyen ibi ka kire wo say akoyen ya wo ba betena so as Minister of Education wamma wani anda ha yadom edo bepem omo de opem so a wan hwa wo nya kono biom na chese empo presidency no krado wan hwa chese ubehu ana se Ghana fo feel kura se brabedi obo ani na president said ye mu bi ye feel Dominicana and the kind of law Dominicana eye ama ye mu bia hu se o say dey kenken kwa the kind of law and Dr. Dominic Ayine eye no ye mu bi sinse ye hu se o na chese ikutreyem ejuma bi wo ho de ye de ma ye de hya wonsa na wamma wani an na ho send the ejuma no begu wani ma asem say Dr. Dominic Ayine odo ani NDC for do grada say untie bi omo network no so asem the obo di na tem no odo ani NDC for class say obo fa le nyetwe obo mfidi na chese yey on the other side enti Haruna Idrisu de said ye mu bi ni ye fili Haruna Idrisu no Haruna member say o track record na say ye sure mu ebetumi atu franka ediama NDC for krana Haruna wudi mu akotene hwe no bia mfa wan kwa nkopem wo ma wan man be say o track record na ye mu bi on the other side ye feel na yan kotia assembly gina ne say Haruna Idrisu edey oya press conference esinko ya press conference na ensema yeteye enchemema Nana Kwame category A schools nibi ye category A schools are parents bu fili kumase adia ene opokuware Prempe College no o ebi ya de way monikers because me dem say free Bible na monikers me tete nsem bi ba me pese me de maso be ko no schools na mu fili wo Asante Mantam hade me dem say schools no namely Prempe College was ne ho kro de ba ena Asante Mantam ha ye were some category A schools oko Accra Achimota Presec and then the keke kahundi bin suno a category A schools. Then a year Haruna Idrisu honorable Mbeka also category A schools no. See say no nipa pay 76,000. More vacancies pay 76,000. Na applicants are pre a year vacancies of 76,000. Nipa beye 393,000. And a person obubora 76,000 vacancies no. Now no Minister of Education they all struggle pa. The humete. It will be a bebe with a year Minister of Education. A year Haruna Idrisu. So 76,000 vacancies there. A year day na 393 applicants akwakurem. Eti ni obeye si say ni say also wako president one president si mashirawo ai wo boy juma eti president shirano send your person oye no onye na si say o person downgrade category A schools ni bi no di omo ba category P schools eti school bi to say achimota or say 10 category A schools no or person downgrade 10 category A schools no diomoba category B not 10 category B schools were upgrading ediomoba category A etiano no beshe backed by infrastructure and the school classroom ne hokro de ba na eno no me dwene ho amentiase o se nanu na afumo babe bebo video na exactly what he said. Because how can you lower excellence in this country? Haruna Idrisu, me feel I have a soft spot for you. But say Jumano, what should I bro swa? Kwa di kan for enche ya can't say free SHS no, it's not your kind of game. Free SHS here munamo mfuaso. And to say bia Haruna Idrisu, send your work and maybe ma what video no. Send your work and wo struggler. Tia. Kohu the likes of Matthew Opoku Prempe na ponum kohu aduchu domo nchiro ekwanya ye fa so adipa dodo na obia anya baabi ekosua ade me ma yakwa akotie video because minim say NPP wa akoya no so hwe wudi mo mo na press have few vacancies no but minim say empo NPP ti akoya no so no na ye bibi massage no sa. It is school bit to say Wesley girls. Ebia na pa na say do chumowa for Wesley girls. No mo the assistant headmistress from Wesley girls. No mo de no come Manfi girls. Manfi girls be them say wa Manfi kwapem stretch no so. Na ndie ma omoye no Wesley girls no. Oye wa be headmaster to do or church. No upgrading school. Because the likes of a Busumchi girls be them so mo affiliated to Wesley girls. Be a person kohi etibosomtwe girls be them say yeti akoya solo they were quite affiliated to a Wesley girls school bit to say bosomtwe STEM academy if I'm not mistaken omuni owasfo na omo wo where the me person use word I just want to be experiment we could dia kakra do no omo wo e kwan bi omo fa so ya enkola no obia hu eye grade A die ni bi kakra etina NPP yenim hawa yeyeno enti Haruna Idrisu men struggle if you are excuse my word getting confused kohuna po na kohu aduchu na mo nchira okwan no yesrew ye free SHS no baabia yabrum ede aba bedru no men be kasa wo struggle there bi musimu betumi ayede de ahye wonsa enti Haruna Idrisu me Haruna Idrisu I don't know, for Christ's sake, how you can lower excellence. Sadia no category A, what's a bit back category B. Now why a bepping? Ghana for your bepping, so the among country say a bepping. That was called Achimota. I would him say Achimota, all students. And now say him how I say a back category B, actually category C. Now Prempeh College, was every category A, but C. Now a funny a lowering excellence. Omo was here when I say to be pium no be na best ro na ye pepepe now the so what more pass here how come Haruna Idrisu mentiase but a be a brepamno as the days roll by ye be dwendwene ho na ye hu ne be because a be a category A in terms of performance
transparent and accountable but we do accept that there is a challenge. When you have vacancies of 76,000 and you have applicants desiring to fill 76,000 with 393,000, you definitely will have a difficulty and struggle as I'm struggling. It could be any of you sitting here as Minister for Education. How can you fill 76,000 vacancies with 393 qualified applicants? That's a near impossibility. So we are doing our best. Category A, Category B, Category C, justifiably, every parent wants a child to be in a Category A school, but we haven't. In the last month, we haven't expanded infrastructure at any Category A school to have done the magic for us. My thinking, in order that we respect equity, will be that into 2026, and I've had consultations and discussions with the president, I have his support and blessing, is to convert at least 10 category schools to Category B schools, then convert 10 Category B schools, Category A schools, and that will be backing it with infrastructure, with available.
And so that was a year Haruna Idrisu, and Ensema Ochremun, a year Haruna Idrisu Ensema, Ononso Ede Ababetuja, Enono. Now later on the program, say me guest no, me introduce me guest no so no, no me yabeshe na empo the be femo a me de call me guest so no, TUC. He say TUC TUC no bagger wire for galam say say eba bekeka papa na abayno so enjina yi ebrepam ne yebewura sa ensebno enjina emu. But right about now ene benada na normally on Tuesdays William Openia ya pass through on Tuesdays na ene Openia owojubedie so otatenene Tuesdays or Tuesday afternoons, and then or Hanuma Yaneno Ebetua to actually. Now, aside and Sema Yabekosono, and then Openi or ye Mranimfo, yes, a lawyer. Last week you cry 824 lawyers, and Omo pass it out. Yay! Gather 4 lawyers. Now who's a debate no cause that lawyer for the engineers na why say as a lawyer for ya dos one na no nebe hadwe na san komono so ho. Last week 824 lawyers. First in can be a hall or pass it out is be 200 200 and then 824 lawyers lawyer waha and then you be remove briefly. Going forward na no sukrano say na etie more lawyers no kire say o man no Kwaku ye bibia e wo hodoma na nse me hu say this for no percent law school no kra no omo SSM with Ghana ye ko yanim anase ye bayechi san komodi gina ye bediwa but nkomo ba ko a lawyer wa hadoma ene you might be interested in asama ye ba dwendwene ho kakra ene ye wonsam ka wa ho. We a politician, you might be affected. And come on, yebedi, we a software. We bet me a famubi. We a busumnia na say bia also windy beyond the bet me a famubi. And number bia it called politicians. Why? Once I tear asasiso. Yakuma, you see it to be the door biadia. Also, ubet me a komubi. Na me pacho mi bisa se ebre no edru ho se wo ba be waria ade e friend awaria no wuti so obi wari bi e na wo so di uti kwakoshim na waria no kra shere me pe white wedding me pe no chese flamboyant me pe wedding ketwa me pe ni sei me pacho ya odwene hu yi pa ana won se nkofo ye na wo so koye bi. Now saying awaria wonsem Ghana software bi ka aware dodo enye bone wo ware ba ko na ye wo ye say ya yete whole lot first aware dodo de na so so obetumi aware dodo san komodi nyina ba ye culture eyino but Charles Kojo Fosudie ma was a Ghana for chradwene pii me person be read but budim story no that I just don't want to take time no me read akosia say wa de ni die be bomu na lawyer kusi eje asemi say o di akire ye wo hwa hu say Baba Jamal and associate obuso abokrata enti akoye kanamenka we twini time obi ti akire a wo say we betumi adi nkudim no be bisa oba your friends oba broni or whatever odo no so de no won kola 6 and no so shakawa enti we de nsabai ensa na no kire so obegu aware na chesa komo na ye de but di nyina no maka us a platform yiso yesuade and a lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu of Obribwa Chambers ewa ha lawyer me ma kwa ba
yo mejo so man keke obo mi di mani
lawyer na
komo na ni say na Makọ radio station be miensani ha na eto so 3 na ni nyina so no nko na topic
na
bia na ko bia
sound ai Ghana for person but tell some say I love you if I put a boy or Don Brani and Ware one of my favorite rappers B-boy Brani and Ware yes I love you be hodma
that is so
but bibi aboko de
bibi aboko ya ko di pa kakra wo court na ya wie na o say Safa radio station ya oman no ensem so
sa na lawyer and I'm saying some wo da menhwe yemfa awade de ehase de wi a ya TS school de mu kakra na ba ansa na obebe no mu 824 graduates last week me briefly you want to say it was very
in fact Oshema quite interesting and Ghana Law School a free director upon be taking over no in fact we produce lawyers because formally na produce almost 200 ebi wa 180 150 but a free director upon be taking over as a director of Ghana School of Law no in fact intake no e course ro ana production so or produce lawyers ba to me say almost 1,000 no produce ye batch says almost 800 and something 2,000 to me say we produce more lawyers nti a time will come a good idea obenya no bia you see me masema me kan say opa magana fo nyina anya lawyers but agrone from as I said obesi asua omra no ene na be kire said obesi aton wo.
Oh really?
Yes, that is before
the to the layman because a lawyer be a lawyer so a lawyer be a lawyer
absolutely now before them aminika peja mi mumu asema krura otekokoso otumfo oseitutu mencha na asase sura na mensere kwatentema no na mempeja mi mu bio ma mi kro mu hene nana asensokofo adwumankase kase hene one ne hema mepeja mi mu ma nyina nana afratala na mensere nyinkyere emfama ene mi krom fo nyina se de nyame besi amoma totoman ne ye because unya okandini na se o adwempa fa oman no ho a etimi ma oman ne timi ekonanim na machia mabusua nyina ane junior ne inshra ane oforisa pon na na Golda and Ellen into ni mame the first na me pesa me kan say sa production na omodi omo e ba ni nyina na enha adwene the point is say enipa no e ba bebre a eodo obi be ka say lawyer for bo be kofom but na quite say bia ya produce teachers bebre na ma teacher for say o market ya ekofom but a lawyer for no e be a survivalist so the obetimi survival our system no because omra said the wasi asua no ne said the obesi defend mra no any ade na be kire woton but we shouldn't also lose the sight say abra ye produce more no so not the quality of it was a man here I'm not saying say Ghana School of Law omo fa quality ma omo the quality ba out pa but ade kakra bia ka say omo timi ye na me take privilege dia congratulate say nipa be 824 a ye call o nyina say o ma bom ho modeling to pass through sa system no anya de ketwa ane amane a obehunu ene adesua hodo accounting kra anya de ketwa before I wait my pass accounting kra na che say wa bere mu yi enti asedan kan rade so o nyina timi awie ba de adwene say mehu say soliciting work ade a short kakra wo Ghana School of Law soliciting oba outer you see any advocacy nko a ugina courtroom kasa no but how abesi aye nkrata asiafa
okay we dey yesua dey kakra yi omo pass out no ye kan ya say barristers and solicitors
yes
okay it is sunsunye
dem you see moko yuka omo training barristers enko no ma training solicitors enko enti barrister ne ye obi a wa prepare krata na wi okogina court no wakasa enti omo barristers na dwumadie ye courtroom omo de emrana na omo kan ene omo ano said de ne profusity and advocacy skills ene said de osimi besia convince judge na de mra no akasa ho omo ne barristers ana solicitors na prepare krata no omo so ya lawyer for omo prepare krata no de mabaga na ya kamienu ni nyina abom o ya barrister or sign a solicitor. That means that one up prepare krata no was signed to Ghana for lawyer for no bomb modern pa but then krata no enye easy so oba wa type one answer where nya secretary we good or no so be boa wo type ne woni ememu aya na ha adwene enti ana me take sa privilege we dey congratulating na obi boa and associate your secretary your friend Colin Sanchi obon ho modern yie sa ohwe ne dwumadie say de osi boa bi kra free other firm eba ma oye ebom nkrata ne ade ne ho hariso a ode ye dwumadie de ma enti soliciting work no itself no eno na Ghana School of Law so omsama ne ye mo etika me nya de anka me pemu de a sa bibi e friend pipilage ayeba out ba be ye no what they about me internship no on my soliciting work in your more so bekaya Supreme Court case ko hono ma ya ma KPMG for be hwe nkrata no election petition be kan na fe nkrata no fun so wo amendment na kire say e basa na nkrata no asem wo ho ndi e bra wo benya solicitor na so ye solicitor nkrata ye kama no nkrata na timi kura kasama ansana barrister no kura kasa nti soliciting work no omo nti minne NDC as a political party ne nya adwene say omo so omo de law nyina omo ye no 4 years or 3 years na why bar exams 1 year ba ko ne say omo yi courses ni bia free me ho de me no omo ya adwene ana omo ye ne bar exams no so me ne omo ya adwene nanso years na omo ye no 4 years no ha adwene e was say years ne maintain almost 6.5 years na de course ba but ade a mobile say
omo person omo tiso
no 4 years but omo no 4 years na a shorty because already course no people age nkwa na go beyond doctors because 6 years now obewie na ansa no asan koye people age 6 months account which is 6.5 years and upon nyina almost 7 years ya free obi doctor but who we are wo de na barrister anka ne doctor no kra ye pa na e chen no enso ye wi a ye sa koye masters kra and so doctor no koye masters nti ye wie no na ye sa koye master of laws nti se wo hwe mu ade na mpesa me kire ne se obote so ba 4 years na enye years ne de wo so mo manage na ba bia gina nemum de also me yense courses no na ombe yi bia firim ama na ba faculty level bibi te say bar exams so mo so ma yi bibia friend constitutional law constitutional interpretation efrim so you constitutional interpretation free mu a ha adwene because interpretation na kire wo se de emra na yesi kire mu constitution yesi kire mu nti sa constitution no ni interpretation here and to train young ones no mo na baka koye Supreme Court judges na wo se constitutional interpretation ne wo ho na asem bi be Supreme Court a umatimi de constitution na ye akire mu eno so mo yi afrim because mo de bear 4 courses per na eba ethics, advocacy and ethics, the civil procedure, criminal procedure, and the law of evidence. Some of the way back, I also capture constitutional interpretation. Now, Becca, now we are, I don't know why in a bar exam. Now, one maintaining 6.5 years now. Now, I'm soliciting work and I'm taking almost by 1.5 years. No more, they are learning soliciting, say they see prepare and cratano. Instead, say, who school pressure also exams, now soliciting work, now, a crabby, now be internship, cacra. court na waba no kra no enkrata no sen kwa na wuhunu onche na osan ko school. And when it happens like that, a book no doso more than actual work na e wasa wo de prepare mo bi because obi ba na wanya enkrata ya nkrata ne timima obi ebo krata nugu wati ase nipa ne timi difo hone ade a mehu ne senka aban a wabeye ne saa na kwa maintain years no name nkoso no wate so amomo nanka so be produce million kra mini problem about it.
Enti na che say no e can say ade na ba wo se first you buy pa said there be law ni say ban wholesale na mo dose wo system enti no dey o kire say hard
to you to me there the point is what the lawyer say ten kra be back court and found say me lawyer back if I know my law
because in Ghana a little over Nkansah 30 million or so.
That is so.
Lawyer representing Obia Krana, Osha Krana still we need more.
But when we say more na doctors no bebre bem Obia na profession bi oye bi so obey law. In the time will come future no a bit ma ba say be produce lawyers afina ye hia o mu biem na just say export to. And to produce more no na was think baby adom befa. What you say? It means that obi the bobia ma lawyer bia obeje because production na be bebre. But the quality of it and here and your quality now the bar bontin here and yes I will produce wholesale now the nipana baby na here what quality being na bemo bia who says our lawyer when you modu and as our lawyer me fan na me engage in a service obet my year juma na dia mame you understand that and then you pay law school ni nyina na person practice obi o how person de ye boni din as a lawyer say o lawyer na owuye what you say obi o hono ma o person okwa adwuma bim na akasa oye lawyer ho won adwuma wo mu enye obia na person
because elsewhere I understand say bia why other professional you know and son when you kwan class say bia obey lawyer but you come straight
yes first na Ghana de net sa but a woman SS buy no na afi mama SS ne konti SS ni no nya 6 and 7 na aggregate 7 na okọ obetuma kolo obetuma kwakoye law law no ya chemu miensa ye wo faculty level na aye okosua dia wa academics na ye bachelor of laws LLB into ye bachelor of laws ni wia ansana wakwa o qualify o pass ya wakotro entrance exams na o de akwa Ghana Law School eno ho na okoye barrister at law BL eno na o ye lawyer Nkansah na barrister at law e ho na produce barristers and solicitors enti anu so wia e ho na ye 6.5 years because be we 4 years no akwa we no barrister at law no 2 years enti ko no 2 years ana be ka ho 6 years no be pupillage no so ya professional and pupillage no e ho na ye be training no wadi lawyer bi achi na afi wasua emra no so ye for half 6 months no first na pupillage no ya 1 year and omote so into first na 7 years and omote so na about 6.5 and as say no dia mo pesa omo de ba 4 years crash so de ba 4 years at said obi kwa SSS na wawie na we university owie ya nte so ye lawyer because cultural bar exams no pass here and it's not
it's no privilege no ebe free man and
to be part of it we cultural bar exams na privilege ni nyina ashim for entire 4 years but I disagree into completely with the attorney general no, because they shouldn't rush as omo no 4 years when you do it 4 years because reset Nkansah me reset bia na be wie na afi the quality of it afi courses na we be afrim courses no me no ya adwene for LPM course be like ADR alternative dispute resolution accounting no me ade ni nyina emra faculty ebra usua LLB no bachelor of laws no or ye no for no academics no wasua accounting no but obedu professional course na de ye adwuma pa civil procedure criminal procedure the law of evidence because evidence nya de wo ye bia ntimi bia court of law and court of evidence enti we no no ne ade a me hu ne say 6.5 years ne de nkomo maintain but mo reduce courses ne ma wo mo na omo training solicitors no more barristers no mo training omo nya soliciting work ne more so that lawyer ne be pia bont no so ne krata mu so no akora tra efin bia ni wada judge na ni ma na judge na because krata no speaks volumes because krata ne to judge bia ni na krata no waye obi bia ya judge ne kan wa affidavit ne obi bia no na judge na hunu ba bia wo free bakra enti bia law ne kakra bi na ade beka ho enti barrister na ma na adwuma kama na aba form enti na UK omu training solicitors no different normal training barristers and so different enti solicitor ne ya na worker no the ama barristers na barristers ne courtroom enti I was nya ye training more no ne was say ye segmenting no ye dividing ne nya solicitors and barristers so that solicitors no ebeye omo prepare nkrata no nti omo de omo office nko a omo ya lawyer for but omo office na omo ye nkrata no nko a de ma wo nti fini nkrata no nti barristers no so courtroom nti o man wigis no ono so man roba na afi ono so ko defend it no dem ra no so aka because that one it needs advocacy skills e was say yeah over command over the language English wo ho advocacy skills e kama obi bia say the usika communication with the judge e kama obi wo kra na say no gina court a ebi o sini judge bi kasa no wetumu say na ani die kwan so men kasa lawyer for yes but ubetumi nhia wo colleague bi na the way a man a o si kasa kire judge na I went to a certain court and person me body and the way a man na me ankasa that lawyer is speaking court na no si kasa judge no na in fact I was a bit disappointed to even to the extent said me I got up to even apologize to the judge say on fancha bench on fancha what a ban. So the point is
yes now your lawyer
say kasa basa nti also kasa communication skills or eye to eye contact say the obesia convinced know the theory of the judge na kra ma ban anim no e dey no believe in his judge na so when you see because of exams in the so no people write the exams because they focus on so be pass the exams no what I say. So at the end of the day we may even produce more lawyers academics no and professional work no was suya there but in 10 times so and they ba out but ohwe yenya abotra ye betimi produce o mama utumu say bibia mu no wakacha academics wakacha professional work na kama bibia ogina judge bia ni mu ye bia no ye ne kwan so pepepe what I say ente ko basa emenkunimdie bebreba because a lawyer bit must spoil you case na your entire life no will lose the estate of the entire life but because of Ghana for be brain him says a lawyer be yam from so na nam no so and our entire estate will lose ya ni be a coin of us so no wanyi ni ya all right say obet me institute to action as sa firm na access a lawyer no but the point is that I'm not teaching them say to file writ against lawyers and I'm not saying say lawyer for nyom dwumadie ye ne kama but when we train more solicitors and I am more soliciting work no a year juma because soliciting work in here to me me buy field no the me who say me a barrister as I solicitor but soliciting work no a year kama now computer work bibia ye kama o training na e wo ho no say they will say prepare one crata wa affidavit your statement of claim statement of defense and then when you some processes unya huni nyina ye na ye part of you and adwuma no cry simple very simplistic
Mate lawyer Evans also setting the pace for today's discussion into ebia what they have fed watching we fidia ba beto adoma WONTUMI TV so eni talk Ghana jubedie na uhwe na lawyer Evans Oseibo ena wahado ene ewie ya de mene no tete a tete simple wo hodoba ese yetumi ewramunti ye the last week lawyers are omo graduate and so omo pass out call to the bar ye be kan say lawyers say call omo to eye bar no e wansem ena na ye boboso nti lawyer Evans was able to the opinion atuja 4 years no de osenka omo eye hu bianca ebebua papa that's his opinion and even as we proceed once again congratulations 824 lawyers are ye call mutuban once again congratulations but yet what you be no so back one many lawyer ebekoso because WONTUMI TV the makacha say you know on the sidelines debating discussion no crowd the banyana na yesuade because and also eka yadwuma no education information and in entertainment ni nyina ewo mu bi na eney bakacho say marriage concept mene lawyer ebe discuss kakransa na say ebe discuss na every woman yako other pressing issues so and so na yet Ghana ni mawari enso akwesa na nsan Daddy Lumba the legend na warrior honsem ankun deserve say the sa de beye no akofa nsem pii de aba ama Ghana for dodo da hu say sa warrior enye trasa but energybre lawyer wa haidie ye bebi sado na ye rewrem na yenwie ensore no na wunim bibia WONTUMI TV sunti no na wasua bibi enti lawyer Evans Oseibo without necessarily ebia lumba nsem na akotwe science bu ese nyina aba but wo ha yensu ade kakra se de maka kire tiefo na nsa yakọ ada matters do so emu marriage institution in Ghana lawyer ene faiko school kakra ebia de betutu lumba tie hu because is about for say hey na say ade yi enye trasa enti ye ndura bu kakra
man keke you see so her marriage aware the running hunu ne say aware a agreement between two parties omo agree say omo pese omo tena say oyere ene kunu na aware ni mu no omo timinya ema na omo de bob brother nti marriage no a agreement between two parties. That agreement is a contractual agreement nti said the running hunu say marriage na Nkansah a contract na cha say entina sa contract no so do hu ramu a na say any breach thereof it entitles one party to repudiate enti ko ba say obako fom baako a enam say ya agreement no na enhyehyeye na da ho no baako fom baako a baako timi atwe ne ho free aware nim and sue for damages ana bibia tesa enti aware ya de a eye entiase ene enhyehyeye enti agreement and a contractual agreement enti contract na mako ana mo agree to live as an husband and what wife enti mo transa mo be yere ne kunu na ma produce what offspring na ma ba benya enkwala no mo de nyinyina abom bra enti that agreement no mo yen hyehyeye enti san hyehyeye no if there is any breach it entitles one party to repudiate from the contract. In this abako form, baako betime gina form no so na watwe ne ho afiri san hyehyedum. The person can repudiate, obetime repudiate. Into aware obi ka so ojawa, it doesn't call for specific performance. Specific performance chinchina o kan say obe ware me nti chinchina was all wa me force. No court to be antimi nka nkyere o say chinchina wa me force. But court no obetime sue for breach of promise to marry. I said, "O say me boss obe ware me." Na nam say wan ware me nti no. E wo say den utua ho sika bi e de patame. Enti breach of promise to marry. And I'll be to sue, but untimi sue for specific performance. Chinchina keke ne body na fe ne chest threat na nimu threat or a nice man ne hwene san anim that means that I was a me ware keke. Enti keke e hye boss obe wan ware me akọ to hye ne say on ware me. You can call for specific performance, but obetimi akọlo for as a court no what shall boss or beware no one, so there is a breach thereof. And if there is a breach, it entitles you to repudiate ube free. And as I breach in muno say or former ubetimi akọ say yampata obibi, but then yes I will share panel for specific performance chinchina try on ware me. Na aware ni ye wo mu ahodo miensa and a wo Ghana. Be we ase wana warrior bebre but Ghana de ye wa warrior miensa. Na sa warrior miensa obi ade no ho. That means that so me nipa opia ye titiru enti me nka say we eye papa chen we enti yan broni anasa lawyer for brofo I can say all the three marriages are mutually exclusive. All the three marriages are mutually what exclusive. That is say sa ware miensa no obia de no ho no obia so gina ne gina bia epen no obia so woni su enti aware three ni nyina obia wono ni su a wode nam enti untimi mfa ba akusu enkofra ba akusu. And then I was here Shannon so. Into one year Mohammedans your customary marriage. I will fear our rare hawk, Ujinanko no nusu. And your marriage by ordinance. Marriage by ordinance, ya warrior yasan sign crata, I register our court. Customary marriage no bet men yamumienu. I if ya wareno, ya obaqua a informer, and your obaqua a former. And to bet my worry fear warrior, and so bet my consign crata will KM and I say K one at the atoho. And on the former one, no, and an informer, no bit Marcos, our brown sign crater be answered to. To care median, our customary. Care median, any ordinance. Okay, you will be on money, will be our with you, but of course, me pay former type, customary marriage, customary marriage in the PNDC law, no, and my clients will obey me register if you are warrior, and so on. Tell us over the about 21 days, and as I know, they are now bones or more formally, Mamon Crata and I didn't know my register my warrior. That's okay. And you walk married by ordinance, into married by ordinance, no near Brunia warrior, and then Kayaho, and no the by entire warrior, yes, and sign one crata, and will care me an court. And no. Unni ho kwan say o ware oba ba ko biem e kan ho be ma ene oba nko a na se wontimi nware bi nka oba ne ntimi nware bi nka be ma ntimi nware bi nka ho and your Muhammadan's marriage. It's Muhammadan's marriage, no.
But when the issue had the mebem na but customary marriage, no dear.
Customary marriage, if you are worried, no. Ubetima worry number bia upibia. The only thing is obebo or yena man they say, oh, me do baba ko beka. Tiana ma pen to me be cranam da pata or me do okra ko count. That's all. And tiano no person worry 10 crowd ubetima worry. Because I don't know one of the characteristics I can say, empuno. Or say men manufacture man as they can conveniently manage them. So the men can conveniently manage them. So the underlying word is conveniently manage. That means the man cries and manage you. I mean no disrespect to man. But the law na can mean say omo ye no na ye man kwa na yes amra no enti emra no minim de emra no as you can conveniently manage the lady. And that means the man mpo no ye manage mo. What I say, manage you or monty number be a me pay be a me fee say conveniently meet my manage mo be anti met my warren ma 1,000 Solomon dear na met me obi a na kama emrensi me ho kwan e wo fia ware no na fia ware no adea enim customary law about writing, it knows nothing about rank, it knows nothing about English. And if you are wearing enim ade bi a friend a rank, enim atro bia if you are wearing enim hwe, enim rank bia wo de ko. And this how ko fie sa wo koje oba aware na, yemfa rank nko. Yemfa rank nko ho. Ya mamre ni nim snap, sorry, onim ye snap, onim apetishi, onim cola, onim enchi onim so edeko ware fie na the ring you know ya mara it ni aware they are sorry for ne yen anade ye ko register yes sign no ne ko no enye fie aware na wo ware no na momo de ring ne ko hye ne bose daachi bi obe ware no ewo ordinance obekwa ko register wo court ente asa de na wo ye ne fie no eye bose na nya aware mi fa chote concept na siye yemfa ne se me ba be ye oba ho ade ana me ko fie na me se efie aware na me be ware no kai tete atempon no de ona na no mo fa so na ye osra ware no mokọ ne akosre afiri abusua no anumpo ye abusua no hwehwemu sa abusua na bodamfo bi wo mu ana no me de omo nsane omo apetition ni bibia ne nsafufuo na etwa ehuru saa na ehuru no omo de kọ nti omo de ni nyina akoduru wono ma no makosre oba no okosire ma omo de kola ne ne ma bese ebi de nantwie ebi enan no omo de akosre oba no no eno ne tete atempon no de no be ma no timi ware number say eno no otimi ware more than one wives obetima ware a man dodo bia opebia eno achi no a man or conveniently manage them and a man or manage womo and the number of fees obetima manage womo bia no or manage womo what I say to fee say 8 no obetima manage na or manage mo as you can conveniently manage your wives or the wives what I say enti hono a management enti eno no kire say eno so no eya amamre kwan so ne afa na enim ring but say no be hu say enipa ne bebre de ring na aba be fra saa ware no na the ring ne hye no a na say wa be ware ni nti wa hye ne ring wo fi a aware bia take place to me e ba sa na me ye lawyer na aware apade wo mu na oba ne so oba abeje a the meka kire ne say me di si wani prince nti wo fra daka na then I put it to you I say that particular day we are mokoye aware bi ade bi wo fie. Do you agree with me? Mo kono enso ade say na koye mo di say na koye wona me ya adwene mo kono nso ya the ring shell wona me ware broni aware na wona me nya adwene obeka kire say ane ampa e de na me di si woni say sa ring na o de be shell no ya mamere ensane ensafufuo ni ade one me ya adwene wo say yes na dem me si wani princess ada no wan ware na me o hye wo bose obeware etimi finance and no your marriage by ordinance and so there ani bebre ye ne say omokọ efi a no mo de ring akọhye no wo efi ho enti ring na wo de hye no wa nware wa e wo say we see no for breach of promise to marry breach promise to marry na say ohye obo say ko be ware obroni aware ana
enti ring no appear customary marriage so called customary marriage as no na che say akoda ne bohye
wa nware because your customary law no enim ring e ho ye one na yemra marriage by ordinance na emre wo ho so pa because eno ne yem fashion up ne ne ma na ekọ ata wo hu oba no kra se obeware na yewa ekọ ye wo so fa so eno kra no mako hunu no first of all from so mo ye ne say marriage by ordinance no do be nwa ne se obi kwa asore especially one man churches no do be nwa se akofa ne sofo omo share ring ni wi asofo ne se ma sign certificate ama one e we say nipa all sign certificate na ma e we say ya gazette no abanya gina tumu ni gazette na hu se sa sofo we wono nko na etimi san aware it is a one sofo no gazette no sign marriage certificate ni ma wa enya adwuma na che say aware bi antake place eno sa aware etimi de boho be 21 days ma obi abe ye nhwehwemu ehunu se sa nipa no mo ba be ware no oni aware bi wo ho oni bibia wo ho oni yiri bi wo ho ana sei na tie na ware no we se obi betia mu enti obi a metie mu ansa na sa ware ni nyina akoso sa ware no so no untimi nware more than one wife untimi enka se wo be ware ema dodo bi a ope because okofa oba ba ko kan ho a ye betimi esan ye criminal offense kra na obetimi ama police for acho for ni a charge for bigamy ne do court wa hwa betima kodam nji sa aware no enim oba baako enenim na no nye ya mamra aware eye broni aware because mo no wa aware baako pe nti o ma aware no ana yen sore na efiri abrochire baaye no akopi no mo no e de abefra yen ye kwan ya efa so de ware ndi so obeka ya ana Muhammadans no so no omo so wokwan omo so fa so ye omo aware da obema me kwan bia ma be kire okwan Muhammadans no omo so fa so
na Muhammadans ebe ye kremu
for aware okay nti Muhammadans type of marriage no omo so de otimi ware ema no kopem enan ontimi nkomro enan na omo so ye wokwan ye fa so a ye yi ne kire ema nipa bi din adanse no ana wache waje na yere no de na ekọ eno so wona mamre e wo ho na de tie ne say aware no ebia ye mutually exclusive obi ade no obi nchen obi dobi be ka to say hey waware ya register ya sign e wo court ye sign de na nya aware na ware ya oboa aware ni bia ade no na de che ne say se wo ware aware ne baako a untimi mfiti preko pe ensan enko ese wo kwa ware baako je se wajai baako ansa enti emfa ne say wo ware obi e wo fi aware ana wo pese wo sign koye marriage by ordinance wo san eko edene ko eko ye no wedding ana wo register e wo court a e wo se wo jai efi aware no enam se bia de ne ho nti e wo se wo jai efi aware no yemfa ne say wo ko ware ne broni aware a sensan wo court ana wo san pese wo back esan be ware ne efi aware de e wo se wo jai broni nso de no aye sensan wo court na utwam before ansan watimi abe ware efi aware no enti yemra da de lumba njemfa ne se abeti asib ana se wo ye bema ana udi kan ware o first wife but o first wife na ware no o ko register our court a broni de na na sofu bi na sign ya gazette no a wo fa sa process ni so nyina ana budgetum na marriage by ordinance ana bufuo ba wo no oba na internal separation by there is a difference between separation and divorce. Separation we betimi atena ne ba bi nko dissertation na we ate ha na we so te anso na omunyaye na bomu se we te ha we te na separation but divorce ne se ye twa aware enim kora etu bomu se separation ne ba e ba se aware no wa register ana wo sign wo court a na oba no kora de won san bre wo a enam se ayino no court nko a na gitum se court asensan na KMA asensan ana sofo aya gazette na sign nti no yese ukutwa sa certificate nim untwa mu a unyae no etimi fa ne se wode nensa onsa brew ana so be ma wo mempa wo
but lawyer sorry ebia so be kai ba bia wadu na but lest I forget who's a customary marriage no kan bibi say no wo pese wo ware bi kan ho a wo ka kire oba no wa pata no
yes
na wa ware bi account but ordinance the does it necessarily say be a time be aje woni de ya ha obi ansa wa kware bi account and then be ordinance no so betumi aka kire o yire ne say o asebu ni ho de but me feel say baby doing the person me worry become in that case then
you see sa marriage no onim aware ba ko pe onim yere na ekunu onim yere nom ana onim ekunu nom sa broni aware no ene sa asofo na aware no onim yere ana onim kunu enti se ukoka kire wo yere se me pese me ware ba ko ka ho no dia wono akoye bata aware no untimi mfa ho me ka paper no dia hye so no e bia wo yere no o me en charge for bigamy on kan wo hwe ba wate ase organize ne sa wo yere nanso paper no so dia ne di ne me ka ho biom se e wo ho na che se paper ba ko pe na ye adwuma e wo court wo and that wale no recognize only one man one wife.
Your china be no BBC one man one wife.
It's in here to assume. Enti me fa ne say sa ware no wa register wo court ama what sign krata on ware biom no do ne ma nyina brew and wagya wo hokon wakotena baby 37 years ana ebia wo be ma no wakofiri mu no wawuo because ya another bi ombo mpa ese me ma no ntim de be ma no be example ana ejapade wo mu a obe de no na ejapade no so de be ma no
eguna na say bi ono akotena baby no egu no but wan ko twam wo court when twam wo court no still waware no oyere eno na happy wo Ghana because obe hu omo a enipa de bebre nkotwa aware nim one ne ko a ano se magyawo eno ano nyaka se wagya no a onye bibia amfa ho but worrying lies sa lord out to say wone wo yere tekra na wone na for 2 years no automatically means automatically aware no egu
yes ewo ho because consummation, what is consummation? You need to consume your wife and your wife must also consume you. And to once a brother and a lawyer for because there must be that kind of what consummation. I was saying one da and nani musa one yes and when me and consume ne dia a basis for separation. You understand that? But what you say no
basis for separation. But
sorry, divorce.
Okay, basis for separation
divorce.
Or divorce. Okay, divorce rather. Okay.
Basis for divorce rather. And divorce obetime gina so dia jaw because you should be able to consume your wife, and consummation does not necessarily mean say abia wait here distance does not indicate what consummation, because obi betuma wo United States na wa ha but opeso consume wa anasa one wo da obetumi fly from United States abagana na wa beda asako. And the consummation no distance does not matter. There is a case a call Supreme Court and no for distance on we see bema no tia no banetia and nya dia ya ware man consume that. But the court need to meet say no consummation it doesn't matter distance among the iden mode tie because obi person or consume a flight obetimi aba no wabeda no okọ into consummation your basis. But the point is that enya dia wugina so dia ja ware na dia wugina so dia ja ware ne dia impotency be ma nya adwuma oba betimi agina so aja serious illness ebi etimi mobi etimi jai obi misunderstanding insult betimi amobi just a mere slap obi slap wana insult ekura wodi watem betimi amobi aje obi the slightest provocation ebi esokura betimi amobi atene nsa de abo o de hwe wasum a eno no obetimi agina so de ayeden e de agya aware. And we are not looking at grounds yedeko ana mujafra say ebusua bi ni obi aware ne ye mujafra me fa ne consanguinity ebi te say wo hwe anani moja no ana say o the same enton no ma ware a enu nyina o betima gina so agya ware. But the point me make it say and say what register ware no enti emfa ne say ebia me de daddy lumba ye mfa to ho ebia daddy lumba emfa ne say o ware ebia oba akosua sewa ha ono aso ne kan say akosua sewa de me bro ni de me mfa ne ni agoro aha se kireni ba ote odo ase so enti sa anyom no wo boy no na chese akosua sewa na me mfa ne se bia one ne register ya omo sensan krata eto so emua na me mfa ne se misunderstanding e bia aba ontem ana akosua sewa separation aba na akosua sewa ate ha ana bia dade lumba te Ghana ana omu nyina ate Germany obobi ate de ba bi nko ana e bia dade lumba befa odobroni because odobroni enso obeyare ye bi odobroni na ehwe no eye bibia enti wabefa odobroni na esom na nese akosua se wa aware na se koba se o register e wo court nese dade lumba ntwam na obeware odobroni ewo fie anase okoware odobroni ye marriage by ordinance ko sign wo court a sa ware no court nyintum odobroni abasa wa brebre hunu. On the other hand, so odobroni nso na o register na ware na akosua say wade samre no ne te no se meyere nso wa nkofia ankosere na ware ana wanye bibia so an register na ware a ene law no so recognize odobroni as the legitimate wife of Daddy Lumba. Enti de can say sisi ayemfa ne say Daddy Lumba register akosua say wa me bro ni dia memfa ni agro ana waye no ho ade na ne ho ade no register wo court ana say KMA ana Germany omo sensan wo honom court nature legitimately enunti na sa unu obi ya aburuchiri connection na de ne yesa megere na sensan wo court recognize esa indeed o ya wo yere nya ho na be kire court ne say court mpacho na me pese mitu kwan kwa aburuchiri nti na me dini ba be ye
ena sa aware no so internationally recognized internationally.
Okay. Thank you. That is one of the characteristics. Enti akobasa anu a akosua se wa me bro ni me mfani ni agoro no enam se krata da so nti no although what the one san bere wo fie se on wa obi awo abusua ni nyina anim, but the law recognizes amranage akosua se wa me bro ni dia me mfani ni agoro atum se on ne yere. That is a legitimate wife. Enti akobasa se bia odobroni ordinary betna for 30 years osumo no oye bibia boana enna Daddy Lumba ewu so ankotwa sa aware animu a the law does not recognize ebia odobroni say oye the legitimate wife of Daddy Lumba.
Okay, yeah, na make no ahwefo very interested. We make sure Tuesdays there, you know how we do it here. On Tuesdays, lawyer Evans or say Bulls Ebadia, ye dwendwene bibi hu legal brains at work. Na asema ye kai en America no make sure say be catch say betumi ato politician na be a side chick na hwan every be ye wo bam ha e de yete say young girl be the man be court say oposhe ne blah 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 wo de yire wo ho o kan so beto ya man be ni say no so yete enti betumi ato betumi ato bia enti on Tuesdays there ye ne lawyer Evans so say bu so esi nkoya say ya ne yekodo yen sorry no na so wasua bibi e de aka ho. But ansa no mekwa akoton ade kakra no lawyer fact is wo hwe ye de tutu ye de ho because I happen to akosua say
you see marriage by ordinance no enye necessary say it is not based on only a ringing kwa enye ringing kwa na ye de hye wa kire say ya ware marriage by ordinance ubetimi akọ marriage by ordinance abra on fa ringing nya den enhye enso ne assign wo court enti ensensan na court agi atum na KMA na agi atum no e de ato no ene na man ye marriage by ordinance internationally ya recognize it is not necessarily based on the ring, but the na me say customary type na or the ring akọhye wo efie ho no customary law no onim ring enti to me no my understanding of it ne say ring na ye de be hye wo no e kire say o hye wo bo say obeware marriage by ordinance and now that be obeware nature say ye bohye na ebia or ebia no fulfill all the conditions a customary law no require na waye ne fata bia say customary law no require and na ebia the ring ne be famu enye say based on ring in na court no ato atwene at time the court will also look at the substance rather than the form. What I say etimi de hu say so hwa wo ye we o ware me wo fie no o ye we ani nyina na sa ne ma condition of fulfill bibia kama na mo ring ba ko pe no de be hye bu dia and the court no betimi ahwe the substance rather than the form.
Daddy na ye sua de ide na empo ye bete from odobroni lawyer sempo date be by nanka ono seeking for divorce no person go aware no ama wo hwa yade tutu ye de Daddy Lumba epne so say my times be na Daddy Lumba say de obeye bia ye ama ekire ode ensa bai because o ma the kwai say de obeye bia no ye no seeking for divorce ama ekire ode ensa no ebai oni obi atena waye ono nso no ho ade awu ensia baako mienu miensa enan enum ensia na oti asasi su no when raise concerns na out of the blues oba say I don't know who situated to say.
Yeah, me da say. Don't say. Na me chere bibi say nka me pemu dia anka I prefer say the court will look at the substance rather than the form. Ka court be hwe the CC ye no. That say ko be hwe form no. But the court will rather look at the form more than the substance when it comes to say 3 types of marriages no. If say wako register bibi to say ordinance na. You see, you cannot have 2 marriages at the same time. Untimi nya ware mienu at the same time. And untimi nka say why ordinance any akosua se wa me bro ni me mfani ni agro wo de wa register na ware aware no no asan ba be ye odobro ni nso efi aware
in the case where the lady is seeking for divorce. Yes. And
so the lady was seeking for divorce, but wa mwani ana ho nti or seeking for divorce no indeed divorce na hemfa na wasa otwa ebra utwa karata anim na kire say divorce no aye adwuma for marriage by ordinance no.
The person and answer individual was incapacitated. None who editor maybe I went to be into Kwayanko. Ubi my to say be a who seeking for divorce.
You see, I don't know. You see, a woman say marriages no. A woman say act in personam. It is not in realm. It act in personam. And the individual nipa no na act one so. And the court to be obey here but we incapacitated that court no. Ubetimi ama court na ya we no apobi oye lawful attorney at ama na gina wa nemu ama wo say because of your situation your circumstances no enti mayi nipa we say onyina manem because me incapacitated enti onyina manem no ntwa sa wale we krata mu mame but failure to do that no wa anya sa na che say akosua say wa me bro ni me mfani ni agro no the law no say mfa ne said minim sa waren de den de ya register so I stand to be corrected enti de ya register ne de no ne de no wo ho no emfa won se me no wabewu bebre enkwala na wabewu wo mo no wo de waware ne second ne de omo ye legitimate children na eno no those the court no be say those children were born out of wedlock what you say but yes to omo ye the legitimate children of Daddy Lumba eji omutum Lumba ejapade bia no omo timi nya bi but wo ba no a Samre yankutwa we aware nim na baba ware wo efi aware ana bibi etesana law non recognize her as the legitimate wife.
But this is the case of lawyers and so say the second was legitimately married.
Okay, Tio, me that say we see a argument about court and it depends upon the way you convince the court. What you say emrane de ho the emra ho no unless the emra court na or enactment na law na ya no wa ko dane emra no enti parliament na sesa emra no enti unless the bill be akọ parliament we say edi nya be nipa ne bebre rate mi fi abra omo nkosesa sa na enti parliament yi yen braha enti na ya na mranimfo no bebre na omo ya lawyer fo no parliament ya na nkeboa bebre enti obi de bill na beko ese sa amra we yensesa no na emum nipa ne tena ne se one register na emum na ire na beka chenso ne na ja yensesa mranim na emum wo kakra once a on fan kwa enactment enti sa enactment no where an enactment has prescribed a procedure that procedure ought to be followed enti NTAC so Boyfie versus NTAC Properties Limited. Court say where an enactment prescribes a procedure, that procedure ought to be followed. The baby amrana chere kwan ayam fa so no. E was say amrana so we all are servant of the law or the rules and we need to worship the rules. And the rules ni nyina ye nkwa and ye nyina ye so mrana. Nti mrana chere se ni anya na sa na was say no. Nti se mrana wo ho de a. De ni mrana na court na nkasa de ni decision ebetimi a decide. Aka say ana say mami ma and maybe for instance me fan said that the Lumba aye well ama or the well no
but just me we na and say about the tough and I'll do a foot but when they be a move on me read this portion way now me share what you make of it.
Okay.
From the lawyers of Waye Odobro Dino or say your client on 4th February 2018 wrote to the late Daddy Lumba expressing her intention to initiate divorce proceedings against him, raising many unfounded allegations which the late Daddy Lumba denied. In a letter dated 27th February 2018, the then lawyers for the late Daddy Lumba responded to the letter and called the bluff of your client to proceed with her threats to initiate divorce proceedings since he had moved on with his life after her desertion. Now, also we wish to state that your client has already presented traditional drinks to the family of the late Daddy Lumba to signify the dissolution of the marriage, which the late Daddy Lumba acknowledged by the traditions of the accounts generally and Fosu royal family in particular, which we have no doubt you are familiar with. The presentation of drinks by a wife to the family of the husband, when accepted, effectively dissolves the marriage between the two.
Well, me that's it. Before I make no, me babe my explanation. Me correct adibiwa. You see, say customary marriage, me na person call ordinance marriage. You don't need to dissolve it, but you convert it. A home intent to be to convert it. Customary marriage ne dia call ordinance. Say nipa ba ko na. Mfa say nipa ba ko na ware no. Enti wo ware no amamre kwan so. Ayo ye nananom kwan so. O de e pese okoye ni broni dia no so no answer wa convert customary marriage ne dia call marriage by ordinance. Te home correct. Na let away o mo de buy no. The question was so busan say whether or not say akosua say wa me broni me mfa ni agro no sa akosua say wa no ye ware no a customary marriage and answer your ordinance. So if you ask that question, not answer yes, you're worrying or customary marriage, dear.
That's what you're worrying by ordinance.
But you're worrying by ordinance, then I have a problem with this letter. You're worrying by ordinance, the annex say register and a warrior. And this time the drinking qua the bat a busionim say my beja and a warrior, and non signify say marriage no ye chem. Into anyana yere. Ni mum say bi o ware akosua say wa. Ewo efie kwan so amamre kwan so a customary law type na customary marriage dia. And your drinks and presentation of the drinks back no to the family no ekere say signifies our na yede egu alumba agiatum ene de. It also reflect the type of our area na Daddy Lumba ene akosua say wa me bro ni me mfane ni agro no edi kan yeden ewo dada. In this hour, really, ordinance, they are. Wouldn't mean cast all the drinking qua brebush and fontiman quanquam into one yet, yere. Ain't he ordinary ban or the drinks are but unco chawa reading no, so why a day or ye yere. Name mum so worrying if you are warrior bra one register uncle sign or call to there. Any other drinks in a bar. Etrese wajano wanya ni ribim. And I still have a problem with, but you see, Casey Bar, no matter the lawyer be at lawyer be a fees on the point, what I said, just a court in deciding. You see, expression of an intention is not the same as putting the intention into action. Okay. To the fact that said drinks be, what the drinks be aqua. Na de bibia mana say what the intention say me pese mi jawo na me de drink abra wo fie aka kire say me de drink ne bro say me pese mi jawo no eye expression of an intention what the express with intention say ubejai but on for action in take place say why asade no inte ko ba sa akosia say why the drink buy not so say drink no me pese nka mi jai ana me pese mi jai na say one na nkotwa ma a expression of an intention and the action itself no one ye
but lawyer Evans Osei Bonsu educated us say yadi ekono on Tuesdays. Now quickly be able to read the message be a bansana ya sorry away part 1 na actually be call other matters no let's say lawyer person oka ba ko be ana so sam na apprenti me kwa koton ade kakra ediaba but o message o person de WhatsApp message or text message as in SMS eba jumedie no so a quickly be to be aba 0244 510595 0244 510595 ubet me a text or message be it SMS or a WhatsApp message na ya jibre with a few moments akano na ya kinkai na be a lawyer no but me ton ade me mana sum up na ya bobo other matters so ansana empo eye gastronomic channel say nature medics consult so at na say asemi de I remember the kind we de epantuma asemi epantuma obi are interested to know what the outcome will be in court na just say very very interested na just say you know the issue there but epantuma there na kivo hot pepper kivo mokosho kona kope bi ekira kwan wo ye stew wo ye nkwan he say me say mfia ba ne yedie eye kivo hot pepper kivo mokosho wo su kope bi na fa good stew dum kope bi fa gu nkwan num na chese duane no enye de kivo hot pepper eno ene woso kivo hot pepper wo de ye duane a chese unya taste yes taste yemi nkwan ebe ka kiro enti kivo ni omde aba no si say bia ebre no eko na afi na obeto buasi ayamoko na chese koleye komodi omukun komedi no misro kivo hot pepper and one say opebi edigu kitchen with the go aduane no ma you are ready to go and kivo hot pepper okoye shop bia ma kasa ope kivo hot pepper omo ebeya ma ne bo so enye de kra WONTUMI sikapudio me pacho sika die lajan cash oh obia eni eje ho ye kwa ye be nyina eye sika o ye kwa ye be nyina no eye sika ye se kwancha de efe on ye di sika cash ena eje na sika nso de bobodia se upe sika ma waso emra fa phone ne crown fa phone network bia wodasu bia no member no how network bia with your phone one phone there me pacho why you ready ye ba be dialing number bia na say ye be bubo number bi na number na me be bubo so akira no you stand a chance of winning up to 500,000 cedis 500,000 cedis and then you bring Unya sika titisika 5 billion. Yeah. Can you just imagine? And what for phone there? Yankwe. A star 426 star 20 hash. Star 426 star 20 hash. BC Subiu. A star 426 20 hash. Na unya dial yena near actual biano disu emame. Disumame. Would this Korea? I don't know. You stand a chance of winning up to 500,000 cedis. Way NLA for Ajiatu. Nyabedema with NLA for Ajiatu. Na NLA approved lottery platform a work characters. Na me chao se unye mfie du wa chair me pacho nye me and mahon and as a ben yepi. Omwenya 18 years and above. Unye mfie du wa chair. Ukoye bia ebecho sika no so wunya nti you frame 18 years above and amube to me edemo ho ajibo enti lawyer when you bodo tofa ba me na yen hwese ebetumi akwada ma test bi so yo
enti de meka say e bia na waye well na bia wakoye well enti say we well na e bia wa state we intentions nyina wa well no testator no me fan say that the lumba state ne nema say de we si nche no. You see, a name bia na will be a be bia it take effect after a nipana woo, and as soon as a nipana be woo, and as a will not take effect. But the point is that say a dear be our capture the world nubia should be your bona fide property. I one casana winyae. And the fan is or dobruni a mame a cosia sewa, mi bruni. Sa cosia sewa no any that the lumba nyasa property ni ebo mua omunina or contribute to yebi. And I say or boa wo honam fem sika fem bibia mu de boa ye ma sa japade romo akwaya e will be a memfa say is legon e bia hina sa amra ne world ne say lumba kwaye world no de world no koma bia odobroni ana bibia te sa akwasi asema se wa betime tiem aka say sa property we die one lumba mienu ne nya bomu je say de ye property a ye da de lumba na ankasa ene nya na de eno de obekere say mfama no obetimi de ama no je say ebi obi gina section 13 of the World Act e kire say no ya akola keto a wo depend lumba ana so ya berewa bi a na lumba na hwe no a wo depend no nti court no emfa provision ni ma no
mate lawyer I'm in for trouble but the number that together lots of questions are ebano I be share the time na me say gas to okay let's do this day be about say be time era other ones ma hi Mr. KK or say I'm enjoying the discussion, very interesting. Okay, there's Obaya from Obuase, Gausu, extension. I think I pronounced the name right last time. Dr. Hubert Enoch Echabonedi Gausu. I think I had it right. Tiobaya say no is enjoying the program. Well, said lawyer, thanks for submission. My wife is seeking for a divorce because she read my message with a lady on WhatsApp. Though it's not true that I'm dating, I still apologize to her because I love my wife. My church elders and my family have spoken to her. Still, she wants divorce. She's bringing my drink tomorrow at 6 a.m. Is it only the drink she has to bring, or my rings and other things? Please advise me and give me your number. Anyway, I don't know what kind of marriage I don't know. Lawyers open no to me down and I've been running. Okay, we say okay, I have this one. Let's see. My name is Kwame. It's the woman who decided she wanted a divorce. The man said, go ahead. Why didn't she complete the divorce in court, since she knew it was an ordinance marriage? To me, she had the intention of doing what she is doing today. Well, Kwame's opinion, I don't know. Okay, this one says he needs Evans. Anyway, say hi, KK. Good evening. I'm enjoying your program and I love it. I greet you, lawyer. This is Stephen from Achima Koforidia. Let's move on. I have another one. Or say, okay, let's see. Isaac Safo from Accra. Please, my question to lawyer is, what if I marry locally and later on I want to upgrade my marriage? That marriage you upgraded. Who upgraded your ordinance? And I say, would you want a friend upgrade? Muhammadan which way? Good evening, please. When a man has a traditional marriage, then marries another ordinance marriage, what happens? Please explain to me with the first marriage. Now, I'm Desmond from Asamankese, Eastern region of Ghana. Thank you, lawyer, for educating us on marriage and divorce. God richly bless you. But I like the way you mentioned Akosia Sewa. Me bro need dear, me fadin diagro. Thank you. Nanamu akundi free shall say does will hold in the case of Lumba Saga if Akosia Sewa's marriage is ordinance. Nanamu akonso the free. So I have lots and lots of messages coming in.
Yeah. Okay. I say me fa back. We catch and say waware customary and traditional marriage no san be ware ordinance ya oba fofora oba fofora untimi ware customary marriage no na san ma ordinance o sa be because e bia ye mutually exclusive and untimi kwa ware we na san me ware oba ba ko bia mu nka ho memum sa oye ne waware nipa ba ko pe ana ye customary traditional type na ware no ana o pesa o convert edeko marriage by ordinance dia obetimi aye na de odika no o se na yere akwa hu ne message wa WhatsApp ana onene tete se won ware biem ne ade eno obetimi ne yere akasa no ama na explanation akrokro no e map akrokro ahu na nti be ma na ma no se mo mbre mo ho ase ma ayere nom na ma mo mbre mo ho ase ma mo krum na ekru no mo yere nom. It is only when a woman is very submissive before the husband that the husband will love the woman. To ba obre no ho ase bia ne kunu edon no to obre ho ase a condition before ansa na be ma no adult. Eno achi no obi busa say well ho asem no well eba because well no se nipa na oye wo yere no se oni ni jai no o right say otimi claim property ni bi se bia o contribute ya but e bia na by way of inheritance ana ye de ma wo ana say gift no obi de che wa ana japade bia ye abusua kokko obi na de ya untimi mfa ma emma say ya wo ne wo yere dia nimum se oba ne no nyina na boa ye no contribute de boa wo dia enne se dade lumba ko wu a ekobasa se akosua se wa mebro ni na memfa ni agro no se wono na ware no se o register wo court nko ade a enne sa wo no property ni bi wo ha obetimi abe challenge se wono ne mienu de anti court be chem o chemu a ekobasa na court be chem o chemu a efa ye ne de a efa na aka na lumba wo ho kwan se wo no obetimi de ache na se lumba anya wo la eno so ele letters of administration PNDC law 11 entom kwaje ele na PNDC no law 11 be ba beche na numpo basa akosia se wa meburo ni na gene de na wie no obesan se lumba anya wola obetimi asan by fana aka no asan ni omo beche na asan be gene de aye 316 ye chemu edunsi a obefa mu miensa ana ne manso afamu ye chemu dunsi a omo so afamu enkono
All right. Menka Kakrabina Fedia Bia Medics Council because the messages keep pouring in. Now, Mr. Lawyer, if you have married for over 50 years and you are more than 70 years and of old age, you cannot consume yourselves. Can one ask for divorce? 70 70 years. Okay, asking for the anyway. We'll be questioning here.
Question on the men into money say Abrabon agreement and say woman come on and etna. And this why ya kokra no ayemra na say wontimi consume and the other threat and ho akopim say we be fan no agya no kwan no here say ukoja.
Okay, I have this one. See, I have the same problem and the case is in court. I gave birth with another woman and my wife said she can't marry me again. Now she is also pregnant with another man when divorce is still pending at the court. Jones Edifree, Saudi Arabia. Also, what should I do?
And to Osha Saudi, we are Omunina Kromudi for the first personal committee. He who seeks equity must do equity, and he who comes to equity must also come with clean hands. And to Osha now, what would he can obey? Eguswa pende. Ana also ban in the deacon, also no bearman the deacon acquire boneno. And to bearman, me fan say a registered marriage now bearman or Kwaku wabont. A child was born out of wedlock. Based on that, Obano to beat me at the Jawari, and Obano a file accord. Nanka also banning out but trese or no so but Obadi Piso pay the back in Tino Samo Biaquano. That means that when Minister Jayano be and to Mumi Nuna while letting the Muku die, whether you like it or yes. But to see, to me. Kwachene say wagua warrior because of bigamy because na wudi kan ye enti munyina no ehon so be because lawyer for do gina question be busa answer na say wo na di kan commit adultery ana won so say ono so committee bi afi dey wo by so you must be I was so ye clean so your court of equity and court of law
I'll just take about 5 questions there because messages mean to me rare. Good evening, Mr. Host. I'm Eric from Aflao. I want to ask the lawyer, if you marry in a church and the pastor signs the documents without you signing the marriage certificate in the court, is that marriage same as the court one?
You see, when that pastor no see a gazette na osanya me who reason tia momon sign because before mo be science na pastor no kra wa sign there and I wonder they see entia pastor na anko sign na momon sign someone sign there that means that bibia anywhere bind them because at the end of agreement and agreement no so more express it paper so yes I saying na pastor na sign na momo dia man and the pastor sign bibia that then there is no agreement between you the two parties my bibia na je bia anya sa ware na moko.
All right, so maybe I'll just take this one and proceed. Also, please, my question is, why is it that when we are marrying under customary law, the man's family present items with the drinks, but when the woman wants to divorce the man, she divorce the man, she only present the drinks, leaving the items behind. If the drinks is the central point, why then should the man present the items in addition?
Oh, you see, drinks in the own say and then the focal point, and I also signify say a yash and so. Okay. But at they can't hold your bear bonnet bra and into drinks and them run drinks and then a tumpa. A view high cooler and
okay, it's maybe away my time though. I come 5 minutes spender. Good evening, KK. I really love your program. Please, my question to lawyer. I registered my marriage in court, but my ex-wife has brought the schnapps to cancel the marriage, which it's done, but we have not cancelled the court marriage license. Please, can help me how to go about it to cancel it from court.
You see, I don't know make us say. You see, omunko twa mu a bit my say odobroni ne daddy lumba ne akosia say wa me broni memfa wuni agro. A bit my quite similar. Meaning, dear, why register and worry. And to Uncle Chamuno, my idea and so still our renewal so pending. A da will be one near the was why I say or file a petition, formal petition. On to me now, or bet me who court register, or bet me at church them. But when you are or engaging lawyer of his choice, lawyer be a overturn, or file a petition for divorce. No, be a petitioner, no banner be a respondent. What you say, and the respondent or be file no my grounds until Ujina so at the just our running in answer Ujaya. I was say free our renting 2 years a crop. Say less than 2 years, I was told me reason pentia. Ebia no oku ebia na ne huni ho ne be ma adwojo ana bibi etesa ana obetimi akọ before 2 years entesa sa aware ni nyina wokogya ya eye ordinance no just a free to
so be ma ho adwojo a otumi gina so gya na
basis a obetimi agina so ana infectious diseases bi a ebetimi ade yare bone bi di abrewo abeku ene de obetimi akọ before 2 years no so free 2 years e kwa sa aware no kwa judge no kwa besan pammo was say
even with infectious no,
I'm saying say unless you give a justifiable reason say infectious diseases be at say be a me fan say HIV and say a hepatitis B and say a be impotent and huni ho and say ebia or threaten so opeso kun address had the obetima call before 2 years and tesa just said 2 years e kro before answer na ordinance no watimi akwakoja every 2 years but they hear ne say ni nyina mu no e wo so hunu say so waja aware ne dia enya me file petition for divorce ma kwa akotwam no akire reason tia ebi obododo odidi watem otete gu so ni nyina odo grounds ne baba lawyer fo nim ye pa nto me ya ma no wa charge no aye bibia no wagu aware no waja divorce certificate akire se waja
okay meti ya de besia anti-marriage timetim tabu okay me who message no but I don't really get it yeah rapper and I mean to be and ochina ya me aduma Haruna Idrisu Dieno ye bench brain ye but be other minutes now Haruna Idrisu Dieno ochina ye be ye pa together with other matters and me bobo so but lawyer in conclusion and I'll catch a year
me the be Ghana for ne say aware ni bia no kwa pe obi a oye marriage counselor na say oye legal expert oye lawyer ni ntinye training a lawyer for bebre ba no wa consult no wa kire odi amra ne sika because bebre nya aware no mo ware ana bebre so mo mix ne ma bebre frefra aware no ana bebre de mehu nka na say o ma ya register no mo pre o mo bia pese oba bia pese o ko register me court enti wo ko register court so mo jaya no an so bia minimum bia sisi oni ne kunu na ja be ma foforo ne na nyem bato nkotwa aware nim enipa no kora wa wo sesi enti dark ruby obetimi aba be klemu wa japade nyina asesan ne de enti ujaya kokot ne kokotwam ana aware no ware fi aware because akode de ana no nso pa ne aware
this can you marry with the ordinance under the ordinance na wa boycott traditional you know possible
ordinance ne de emfa ho obi ho no ma batanam se ya pikini pefra busuam nti na mani pa ba busuam ba ordinance no betimi akosia otogo kura no momienu o ma ware no ma sensan o nkrata de yan so benya nipa mienu bia mo na gina ho no mo nyina kye so mo ya busuafo ana bibi etesa it doesn't matter ordinance no ene na kye say ye kwantimfi aware bia utimi ya banana na yasofo no so agia tumua te say wanya sa aware na kye say won ware ye se kai tete atempon no de ona nanom fa so na fa kwa be ma opema no opema eti say ope customary type of crime na say obene na yere ba ko betna one ne betna sense ope so oba law na ka say as we can conveniently manage the ladies enti kwa ye manage wo mo enti say office obetima manage time kra no a na law permit because obe ware ordinance na so atwempna de emfa so ni so ene nka ware mienu na ene obi ahu sa oyire ni we me fi say nyankopon bete wase more than say wo say be yere ba ko but asofo bi hyehyɛ ba bi ma no sisimra so ana atwempna sa wa akiri na no nyame na oyesom na me de ma no sie no na me de menchi akase ma gari ni mako ye director legal directorate MPP legal directorate or church na or guide ye say ye be kasa ye nhwe me chia ne bebre ne legal directorate lawyers was especially lawyer Maswell wo ha nyina no bibia ni a no atene na mra no so ono so trent no said ye be ya be fasa o ye me senior enti nyina o say me classmate o say me senior enti o nyina be de nchia mom and all legal directorate lawyers especially Gary Diba ni mako ene Godfred Yaboa Odame enu nyina enti ene lawyer chia no me chia
mate the lawyer said mumu bi mwasa si akire ebisa ebia ya sha ase no na WONTUMI NTA program libia woko Facebook ye WONTUMI TV live on Facebook ubetumi akoback no akotie lawyer sha ase ni gina wa kire types of marriage munti uko face WONTUMI TV live on Facebook on sabe country training and also betumi ako WONTUMI TV live on YouTube WONTUMI TV live on YouTube lawyer Evans o say monsunia o kire nyina no ewomtie bia o me say na o join e wo baby a
take the last one American one say onipa wu a efunu ni abusua dia per practice direction Chief Justice de bae Justice Isaba Araba Tokono one na judge for Justice Obrini omo keka ho nyina the justices of the Superior Court omo de by obi obewubia funu ne ye abusua dea enti abusua no na wo authority and control the dead body, the deceased enti abusua no na ye yie enti say abusua no ka say we na me pesa me ne ye yie a untimi nsi abusua no ho kwan na mpo ko court a public policy with injunction ba betu funu so a public policy since against it was all filing in term but o less than be 14 days ba nipa ne ba be ye a why ni poster say ayi say the injunction betu so a no court will grant it, court to be anyone be grant to because it since against public policy enti funu e abusua de enti me fa say that the lumba abusua ke fosu abusua say me pesa me ni we ayi a me ne odobroni a omo ne se omo panada de lumba wall se odobroni na enye na ayi a obetima mo odobroni aye nanso owie ne sa akosua se wa me broni me mfani ni agro nim se ajapade ne de ono na ye yire a na ade we ni we ye ne de a ensi ho kwan se obetima kokota kwaje abra empo ayi ne wanye bi timafutu amede be ma ne se ayi ne mo ensi ho kwan bo omo ma ye ma ne bi fitting barrier no mo ensi ni we na so obi fi se owo issues about legal issues a obetima akokot court no ebe.
Martinti, in conclusion, I say hi KK, greetings to lawyer. In fact, you have educated us a lot. Men, we have to do the needful. Oreku edifre mikrum achimda. Nti biadbesia lawyer Evans Osebo so yimre ye better na say I believe say also education no and as what you be e de efrim. Ochina nyame eya aduma na ya tiesi. Ha ye politics na Nkansah Tuesdays they say ya na ye konwo nti ochina nyame ya aduma